We're going to do a review of the ear, and for reference we have, it looks like, double check, it is a left ear, a little bit larger than normal. External auditory meatus. Sometimes we call it acoustic instead of auditory. It's part of our temporal bone. Now, in the quick review, temporal bone, squamosal portion, and there's your mastoid portion, and there's that styloid process of the temporal bone, and of course we've seen the zygomatic arch. Temporal bone would have the zygomatic process. This is that thin, flat area. This midline, let me tip this up, midline of this is going to be our petrosal or petrous, which means rock, petrosal portion. Inside here you have your ossicles, and we'll get to these in a second. These are our ossicles. Stapes, incus, and malleus. From hearing going in to the brain, they actually go this direction first. Don't miss it. M-I-S. The hammer, malleus. The anvil, incus. The stirrup, stapes. We'll be seeing these in this large model collectively all put together.
External ear.
External ears we can see.
Oracle of external ear.
Oracle, like grab your oracle.
Tympanic membrane.
Now we have to go through. You don't want to push a Q-tip through this area, so let's open this model up. Let's take a look inside. There's the external ear canal. This is your external auditory meatus, this opening. And as you can see, the tympanic membrane, don't call it an eardrum, we're in anatomy class. Tympanic membrane.
Middle ear.
The middle ear is this region here where there's a lot of bones that takes mechanical vibrations and turns mechanical energy into pushing of fluids, which ultimately come to the inner ear for nerve transduction, and we interpret it as sounds.
Eustachian tube.
Eustachian tube right here. As we can see, the eustachian tube, also known as auditory tube. This is so that we can help, one, drain this area and have equalization of pressures. I'm going to show you on another model once again. Eustachian tube. Back here in the nasal pharynx, you can see the opening of the eustachian tube. So this would literally go all the way up through to the back and lateral. In adults, it is more angled like this. Children are a little bit more angled like this. This is why they have harder times draining with heavy mucus and get ear infections, known as otitis media.
Malleus bone.
Malleus bone, this is this one right here against, right there, the malleus.
Incus.
Incus is this one back there, the connecting one, it's very small.
And stapes.
Connecting, and there's the stapes. I'm going to have to take this out to show you, to put them together. because this kind of falls apart. Like so. See the little stirrup? Malleus, incus, and then connecting right there is looks like a little stirrup, see, like on a horse. The saddle, the stirrup, stapes.
Inner ear.
Now the inner ear, this is this region. Put this back for you. It's a little. The inner ear is this region here. Notice it is housed inside bone, so let me show you the covering. Part of the petrous portion of the temporal bone. On the posterior aspect, you can see the internal auditory meatus, where you have cranial nerve number 7 and 8 coming out through there. And because it's within the bone, we call it the inner ear.
Oval window.
Lobe window, to show you this, I have to take this back out. The oval window, in a sense, you see where the stapes is actually attached in an oval shape. It is actually residing within that oval window. That's where it's recessed into.
Cochlea.
The cochlea, that's that area right here, looks like a snail. If you look at it, it kind of looks like a snail's shell. That's the cochlea.
Round window.
Round window, with a look over here, underneath, this little opening right here, that is the round window.
Superior semicircular canal.
To show you this, I'm going to put it back in orientation. Superior.
Posterior semicircular
Okay,
canal.
posterior semicircular canal is this one here. Posterior, the one if you tip your head side to side, this is in the posterior. This is for our balance.
Lateral semicircular canal.
Lateral, we have to look from a superior to inferior view to see this one. Sorry about that. Right here. This is one, if you shake your head no, it would be moving this one right there.
Ampulla of semicircular canal.
Do we do the superior? Let me do the superior again. This is like shaking your head yes and no. This would be yes. Lateral would be turning your head and say no. Ampulla is these raised, kind of enlarged regions where they all come together right here. It's raised area, enlarged areas. Once again, study well.